What if I told you the solution to your high blood pressure isn't hiding inside a prescription bottle, but in the everyday choices you make? If you're tired of medication side effects and doctor visits that leave you feeling like just another number, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll discover 7 powerful, natural strategies that have helped thousands of people just like you take control of their blood pressure without a single pill. And wait until you hear about strategy number 5. It's so simple you won't believe your doctor never mentioned it. Stay tuned for a bonus tip at the end that could change everything about how you manage your health. Imagine waking up feeling energized, checking your blood pressure, and seeing those numbers right where they should be, not because of chemicals, but because your body is finally working the way it was designed to. That's not a fantasy, it's exactly what I'm going to help you achieve today. Have you ever noticed how doctors seem so quick to reach for their prescription pads? Your blood pressure's a bit high, let's try this medication. And just like that, you're on a pill, maybe for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not saying medications don't have their place, they absolutely do, and if your doctor has prescribed something, you should never stop taking it without their guidance. But what if there was another way? What if you could work with your body instead of just masking symptoms? That's exactly why I created this video. After helping countless people lower their blood pressure naturally, I've seen firsthand how simple lifestyle changes can transform not just numbers on a monitor, but entire lives. People who thought they'd be tied to medications forever are now enjoying healthy, active days with blood pressure that would make their doctors do a double take. So let's break down what's really happening when that cuff tightens around your arm. Blood pressure is simply the force of blood pushing against your artery walls as your heart pumps. It's measured with 2 numbers, systolic, the top number, which measures pressure during heartbeats, and diastolic, the bottom number, which measures pressure between beats. Ideally, we want to see numbers below 120/80. When those numbers climb above 130/80, that's when doctors start using words like hypertension, a fancy term for high blood pressure. Now, here's something your doctor might not have explained. Your blood pressure isn't fixed. It naturally rises and falls throughout the day, and many factors can influence it: stress, food, sleep, even the temperature outside. That's actually good news because it means we have multiple opportunities to bring those numbers down naturally. Let me tell you about James, a 62-year-old former construction worker I met last year. James came to me with blood pressure hovering around 158/94 and a medicine cabinet full of prescriptions that were giving him dizzy spells and a persistent cough. "I feel worse on these medications than I did before," he told me, frustration written all over his face. "There has to be a better way." We started with small changes, nothing drastic, just gentle shifts in his daily routine. 6 months later, James walked into my office with a blood pressure of 124/78 and a smile I hadn't seen before. His doctor had already reduced his medication and they were discussing the possibility of eliminating it altogether. "I haven't felt this good in 20 years, he said, and I could see he meant it. What did James do? The exact same natural strategies I'm about to share with you. These aren't quick fixes or miracle cures, they're proven, sustainable approaches that work with your body's own wisdom to bring those numbers down, safely and naturally. Our first strategy is revolutionary in its simplicity: transform your plate. The foods you eat can either fuel inflammation and constrict your blood vessels, or they can help them relax and function optimally. The choice, quite literally, is on your plate. Let's start with sodium, that innocent-looking salt shaker sitting on your dining table. Most Americans consume about 3,400 milligrams of sodium daily, far exceeding the recommended 2,300 milligrams, or ideally 1,500 milligrams for those with high blood pressure. But here's the thing, only about 10% of your sodium intake comes from that salt shaker. The real culprits? Processed foods, restaurant meals, and packaged snacks. Take bread, for example. A single slice can contain anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams of sodium. Have a sandwich with 2 slices and you've already consumed up to 400 milligrams before adding any fillings. Or consider canned soup, often portrayed as a healthy comfort food. 1 cup can pack over 800 milligrams of sodium, more than half your daily limit if you're aiming for 1,500 milligrams. Instead, embrace the DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension. This isn't a diet in the restrictive sense, it's a flexible, balanced eating plan rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Studies show it can lower blood pressure by up to 11 points systolic. That's as effective as some medications without any side effects. Martha, a 70-year-old retired teacher, was skeptical when I suggested she try the DASH approach. "I've been eating the same way for decades," she told me. "You can't teach an old dog new tricks." But Martha was also tired of the heart palpitations her blood pressure medication was causing, so she agreed to give it 2 weeks. We started with simple swaps, replacing processed snacks with fresh fruits, switching from white bread to whole grain, adding more leafy greens and colorful vegetables to her meals. We didn't eliminate her favorite foods completely, that's not sustainable. Instead, we reshaped her plate gradually, one meal at a time. By the end of those 2 weeks, Martha's systolic pressure had dropped by 8 points. More importantly, she noticed she was sleeping better and had more energy during the day. I didn't realize how much my diet was affecting how I felt, she admitted. This doesn't feel like a diet. It just feels like eating better. Here's a practical tip you can implement today. Adopt the half-plate rule. At each meal, fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables, 1/4 with whole grains, and 1/4 with lean protein. This simple visual guide ensures you're getting the nutrient-dense foods your cardiovascular system craves. Another powerful addition to your plate: potassium-rich foods. Potassium helps your body excrete sodium and ease tension in your blood vessel walls. Bananas get all the press, but sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, and white beans actually pack an even more potent potassium punch. Our second strategy might surprise you: move more, but stress less about it. When it comes to exercise and blood pressure, consistency trumps intensity every time. You don't need to train for a marathon or spend hours at the gym to see significant benefits. Research shows that just 30 minutes of moderate activity, 5 days a week, can lower your systolic blood pressure by 4 to 9 points. That's a walk around the neighborhood, a gentle swim, or even gardening. The key is to find movement you enjoy, because the best exercise is the one you'll actually do. Robert, a 68-year-old retired accountant, always associated exercise with his high school memories of grueling football practice. "I'm not an athlete," he insisted when I suggested adding more movement to his day. His blood pressure was consistently above 140/90, and his doctor was considering adding a second medication. We started with just 5 minutes of walking after dinner each night. 5 minutes, that was our only goal. Some nights, those 5 minutes would naturally extend to 10 or 15 as Robert found he actually enjoyed the quiet evening air and the time to clear his head. After a month, he was regularly walking for 30 minutes, not because I had pushed him to, but because his body craved that movement. 3 months later, Robert's blood pressure had dropped to 132/84. Still room for improvement, but significant progress without adding medication. "I never thought I'd say this," he told me, "but I actually miss my walks on rainy days. My body feels better when I move." Here's a practical tip to incorporate more movement. Identify your trigger points throughout the day, moments that can remind you to move. Maybe it's commercial breaks during your favorite TV show, perfect for a quick set of gentle stretches. Or perhaps it's the top of every hour, ideal for a lap around your home or office. By anchoring movement to existing habits, you're more likely to stay consistent. Our third strategy addresses what might be the most overlooked factor in high blood pressure: chronic stress. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones that temporarily boost blood pressure by increasing heart rate and constricting blood vessels. If you're constantly stressed, that temporary elevation becomes your new baseline. The solution isn't to eliminate stress, that's impossible. Instead, we need to change how we respond to it. Mindfulness meditation has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by 5 points or more, partly by reducing the levels of stress hormones circulating in your bloodstream. Elena, a 65-year-old who ran her own consulting business, rolled her eyes when I mentioned meditation. "I don't have time to sit around chanting Om," she said. "I have a business to run and grandchildren to care for." Elena's blood pressure was 162/98 and she was experiencing headaches and fatigue that medication wasn't resolving. I suggested she start with just 2 minutes of focused breathing each morning, sitting comfortably, closing her eyes, and simply noticing her breath. No chanting required. 2 minutes was short enough that even her busy schedule could accommodate it, and it gave her a taste of what mindfulness could feel like. Within weeks, Elena had gradually extended her practice to 10 minutes, finding that this brief mental reset actually made her more productive and patient throughout the day. 6 months later, her blood pressure had dropped to 142/88, still higher than ideal, but a significant improvement that reduced her symptoms and allowed her doctor to lower her medication dosage. Here's a simple breathing technique you can try right now. Place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your belly expand. Hold for a count of 1, then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle 3 times whenever you feel stressed, or practice for 5 minutes daily to build resilience. Our fourth strategy focuses on something we all do but few of us optimize: sleep. Poor sleep quality and duration are strongly linked to high blood pressure. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more stress hormones and inflammatory compounds that can raise blood pressure and damage blood vessels. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. If that seems impossible right now, start by adding just 30 minutes to your current sleep duration. Even this modest increase can begin to lower your blood pressure. William, a 72-year-old retired professor, tracked his blood pressure at home and noticed an interesting pattern. His readings were always higher on days following poor sleep. When he slept less than 6 hours, his morning blood pressure would often be 10 to 15 points higher than on days when he slept 7 or more hours. We focused on creating a sleep-friendly environment, keeping his bedroom cool around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, dark and quiet, establishing a calming pre-sleep routine, and maintaining consistent sleep and wake times even on weekends. Within a month, William was regularly sleeping 7 hours and seeing more stable, lower blood pressure readings. Here's a practical tip for better sleep: create a buffer zone between your day and your bedtime. 30 minutes before bed, turn off all screens. The blue light can interfere with melatonin production. Dim your lights and engage in a calming activity like reading, gentle stretching, or listening to soft music. This signals to your body that it's time to transition from wake to sleep. Now, here's strategy number 5, the one most doctors never mention: harness the power of deep breathing. Your breath is a direct line to your nervous system, capable of switching you from fight or flight mode to rest and digest in minutes. A technique called device-guided breathing has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points when practiced regularly. It involves slowing your breathing to about 6 breaths per minute, which triggers the parasympathetic nervous system to relax your blood vessels and reduce heart rate. You don't need fancy equipment, just your phone's timer. Set it for 5 minutes, then inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. This creates the optimal 6 breaths per minute rhythm. Practice this twice daily, ideally in the morning and evening, for maximum benefit. Our sixth strategy might be the most pleasant one: nurture your social connections. Numerous studies have shown that strong social ties are associated with lower blood pressure and better cardiovascular health overall. Conversely, loneliness and isolation are linked to higher blood pressure and increased risk of heart disease. Make time each week to connect meaningfully with others. Call a friend, join a community group, volunteer, or simply engage in conversation with neighbors. These interactions trigger the release of oxytocin, a hormone that helps reduce blood pressure and counteract the effects of stress. Our seventh strategy introduces potent natural compounds. Embrace heart-healthy herbs and foods. Mother Nature has provided us with remarkable plants that can significantly impact blood pressure. Garlic, for instance, contains allicin, which helps relax blood vessels. Regular consumption can lower systolic pressure by 8 to 10 points over time. Fresh is most potent, but high-quality supplements can be effective too. Hibiscus tea has been shown in studies to lower blood pressure as effectively as some medications, reducing systolic readings by 7 to 10 points when consumed regularly. Its anthocyanins help dilate blood vessels and act as natural ACE inhibitors, similar to a common class of blood pressure medications. Dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, contains flavonols that stimulate nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels relax and dilate. Just one small square daily can reduce blood pressure by 2 to 3 points. Remember, we're talking about dark chocolate, not milk chocolate or other sweet treats. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenol that protect your blood vessels and may help reduce arterial plaque. Studies show that daily consumption of pomegranate juice can lower systolic pressure by about 5 points over 3 months. Just be sure to choose unsweetened varieties to avoid added sugars. Beets contain natural nitrates that convert to nitric oxide in your body, helping to relax and dilate blood vessels. Regular consumption, either as juice or roasted in your meals, can lower blood pressure by about 4 to 5 points. Now, as promised, here's your bonus tip, the strategy that ties everything together: practice consistency over perfection. The most effective approach to naturally lowering blood pressure isn't about radical changes or flawless execution, it's about small, sustainable actions taken consistently over time. Start with just one strategy from this video. Master it, make it a habit, then add another. This gradual approach prevents overwhelm and dramatically increases your chances of long-term success. Track your progress with a home blood pressure monitor. They're affordable, easy to use, and provide valuable feedback on what's working for you. Measure at the same time each day. Morning is usually best, before medications or caffeine, and keep a simple log to share with your healthcare provider. Speaking of healthcare providers, maintain open communication with yours throughout this process. The goal for many is to reduce or eliminate the need for medication, but this should always be done under medical supervision. As your natural strategies take effect and your blood pressure improves, your doctor can help adjust your medications accordingly. Remember James, whom I mentioned earlier? His success didn't come from perfectly implementing every strategy at once. He started with diet changes, adding more movement after a few weeks, then gradually incorporated the other approaches as each became comfortable. His journey wasn't linear, there were setbacks and plateaus along the way, but his consistent effort produced remarkable results. Your body has an extraordinary capacity for healing and renewal. Given the right conditions, it will move naturally toward balance and health. These 7 strategies, transforming your plate, moving more but stressing less, managing your stress response, optimizing your sleep, harnessing deep breathing, nurturing social connections, and embracing heart-healthy foods and herbs. Create those optimal conditions. Imagine checking your blood pressure 3 months from now and seeing healthy numbers staring back at you. Imagine the satisfaction of telling your doctor what you've accomplished, the relief of reducing or eliminating medications and their side effects, the confidence of knowing you've taken control of your health in a fundamental way. This isn't just about numbers on a monitor. It's about reclaiming your energy, your vitality, and your peace of mind. It's about living fully without the shadow of cardiovascular disease hanging over you. And it's entirely within your reach, one small, natural step at a time. So which strategy will you start with today? The choice is yours, but the important thing is to begin. Your heart has been beating faithfully for you every moment of your life. It deserves the best care you can give it. And you deserve to feel your best, medication-free if possible, for all the wonderful years ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up so others can discover it too. I'd love to hear which strategy you plan to try first, or any questions you might have, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on natural approaches to optimal health. Here's to your heart, your health, and your happiest life naturally.